Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Delhi Sultanate series of Crusader Kings 2, starring Razia Sultan. As if this is a show all about her, like the Indian TV series. But anyways, so yes, Razia the Brave. That's what she is called now. She is called the Brave because of the brave trait that she has. But however, she's still wounded after all these adventures that she's gone through during the last episode, on episode 3. But right now, she's 43 years old, and it's getting dangerously close to reaching the age of 45, which is the maximum for a female character to be of a childbearing age. And I'm still not married, which I plan on it in a few years, for, statistic reasons. But there's this man that I desire, and yet I can't seem to get him to seduce. Yet. And that man is Damodar, the Punjabi man who was originally a Hindu but later converted to Islam. As he secluded courtiers and a minor food shortage because there's a still ongoing localized epidemic of slow fever. Yeah, unfortunately, it started in Delhi, but it spread to other parts, including Lucknow, Kanya also known as Kanauj, Varanasi, and sometimes I wish I just want to move the capital to either in Hastinapura or even Lahore to get out of this disease so I can open the gates again. But I cannot do it. So I should just stop seducing him and then, well, try to seduce again. Hold on, one day. Excuse me. Let's just restart the whole thing. Also, no, I'm not going to give you a line. No, anyways. Yes, that disease has been ongoing since July of nearly 2 years ago. So it should go away pretty soon and I'll open the gates again. While I will invest in building hospital buildings. But there is something that I have failed to realize that I should have known because of the character's culture. I mean, we know Razia very well, and we have these monetary issues sometimes, and I often am a big spender. But here's something that I should have known. But I just found out before I started recording when I was eating lunch and figuring out, okay, what are we gonna do in this episode for this time? And then I'm like, so you're Turkish culture, what do Turkish do? And I'm like, gasp! You forgot that your culture, along with all the other Altic cultures, can raid. You can raid regardless of your religion. You should be raiding your Hindu neighbors. That's another source of income. Clearly, we've been gone soft. Because we've been content with, the wealth of the land. And you have forgotten your ways of raiding your neighbors for loot? We better start doing that. Because I have some things to spend in the future. Such as, building more hospital buildings as sick houses under construction. And we will soon spending on more of these hospital buildings, so we'll make sure that diseases don't come to Delhi ever again. See, Razia has not abandoned her people, despite the fact that she's currently in seclusion, and people will think that, but no. Don't you know that she's a just person? Well, she used to be just, but she can be a bit deceitful at times. But that's just her. Alright? So, I'll change my ways. And we're gonna have to go back to the ways of our ancestors. Our Turkic ancestors, when we used to raid for loot. That's how we used to make a living. Clearly, ever since we've been controlling the Delhi Sultanate, we've gone soft. I only fought in one holy war and a few peasant revolts. But that's defensive. But you haven't done much in the way of raiding. So we'll just look for potential targets. to raid. Such as them. In fact, break this down. Okay. How many troops can Bengal provide? Good enough, because we could raid at least just these areas here. And no one will stop us. Stop. Yeah, clearly you're going to start raiding. And also raid Jharkhand, even though the Tugro Sultanate is, by the way, actual. So how much will Bihar provide? Also good enough. Because Jharkhand is alone. So we'll be raiding them simultaneously as well. The Chandala Kingdom, I guess we'll still use that to raid them as well. I'm sure you provide about 3,000 strong. Not 2,000 strong, but it's good enough to raid there as well. You're going to need a lot more to raid Gujarat. So while I continue to be in seclusion, we're going to be raiding our Hindu neighbors. Just to show them that hey, this is intimidation, that we can do this to you and may eventually one day go to war against you. You think we have gone soft? No longer. And not sure about raiding those up there. Well, don't raid that, because that's going to require a lot more manpower. Well, I'm only using the locals from the vassal levies. And plus, we're over the vassal limit, so I'll deal with that right now. Because originally I held this county, or Thikana, or Turkish terms, Beylik, here because they had a gold mine. But the gold mine is now gone, so I'm gonna have to give that away. Who's most qualified, skill-wise? What you got there? Oh, gee. You're a terrible person. Well, it's going to be you. You will hold the Beylik of Kanyakubja. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. I almost sneezed, but I kept it inside me. Or just held it in. So now I'm free up the domain size. If I wanted another Beylik, or alternatively just wait for the guy who owns the mosque to, you know, to die out. Actually, he's one of the good ones, so he'll be kept in, but all he has is daughters. Well, basically just own any mosque from any of the Beyliks you own. But again, you're still over the limit. So I thought about creating Duchy of Bangladesh. Rajput Hindustani. You know, I'll do you a favor. Here you go. Trying to lower the vassal limit because it's going to give me less taxes and levies from the vassals, and you'll risk losing vassals whenever I pass, and that's not good. He'll do. Anything else? And Yes, I held a Punjab. Well, do any of my sultans desire any more land? I know I'm over the vassal and they won't pay me as much. Nobody desires land, but for Gandhara, he's my rival. Because, well, I did take that sword away from him. So he's going to be a problem. The Baylor Bay, which is the duchy tier. And some of them are Hindus, although we calling me out for wrong caste because I'm considered an untouchable to their eyes. Even though I'm a Sunni Muslim and you're a Hindu, that doesn't matter. You desire Lahore. What makes you say that? That you deserve the Baylor Bay of Lahore. That belongs to me. Kuru and Lahore are mine. And will always be mine. In fact, do you have a resource there? Yes, you do. Another Ivory Hunter's Lodge. If I was vengeful, I would get rid of them all, but good luck with that. He's a master schemer. And a real bad guy, so... And plus, I do not have the ability to revoke titles. You're gonna have to wait till 9 years for that to happen. Just looking. What else I can do? You know what? Compose a book. Because we'll be getting money from the raid soon. To compose a work of literature is not an undertaking for everyone. Having spent a lot of time thinking it over, I've summoned my closest advisors and fetched the best scribes. When they ask me what this work shall be focused on, I pause for only a second. Based on my education, I will be tackling the complexity of war, or something along those lines, so I will choose a martial-themed book. I still got plenty of years left in me, so might as well write a book. Just gonna have a diplomacy education. More of that clutter. Actually, you can create the Sultanate of Kosala, and maybe that'll solve your problems of the vassal limit. Let's give it a try again. And hope this disease will blow over. Hey, wait a minute. Listen, I know you're a Hindu, but there's that thing that's separate from you. Here. Problem solved. No, I don't have that yet. Adhead may not be the most attractive man I laid my eyes upon, but he is here when the whole situation is growing increasingly boring. Considering my options may not be the bad way to spend time. He's a natural philosopher and... oh. Ooh. Yikes. He's slow. No, I can manage without romance for now. There is a man that I desire, but sooner or later he'll be mine. Yes, I know. Time to raid. All of you. Going back to the ways of our ancestors. Because I just spent a good portion of my money to begin composing a book. But now we're going to be looting, and the loot's going to be going to here. Can't do it because of seclusion. I've inherited another beta relic. Isn't that... Of course. And plus, at least that lowers the vassal limit, but I don't particularly want this land. Whoever's the mosque owner, he's gonna get it. Here. Damn disease. Also, keep in mind that we have a food shortage, and I hope it doesn't go down to starving because I'm still wounded, so that just hurts the health much more. And I just only want to seduce this one man. And that one man may, I don't know, just get me pregnated and hope for a son, which you can't guarantee that. Because I like to have my own son. Not him, but my own. But I'm okay with the others. And you'll soon find I'll soon find you a right spouse for you. When that time comes. 88 gold. Nice. There's a city you're gonna loot. After spending lots of time with a few people that have been positively surprised by her during this difficult time, gotten to know and understand her well. In many ways she compliments me nicely. Have a good time together. Gained a friend. That's my strong cartographer. Hey, Masood, I think I found the right girl for you. The peasants in my realm are becoming convinced that Jews are behind the recent epidemic. I'm under increasing pressure from some to condemn the Jews, and from others to protect them. Just a minute. Soup kitchen. Oh dear. Peasant revolts, possibilities again. Something must be done. But are they really to blame? It should not be lasting this long. It needs to get out of Delhi right now. Because I want to be a mother. And I want to be the champion. which there's a new champ again. He's one of the commanders of Bengal. The cartoon Razia from Caliph Muslims. Oh, I've heard of trouble in the Utamishi Khaganate, the Delhi Sultanate, and I fully agree that Jews are to blame for your problems. Drive them out or kill them. I care not. As the Caliph commands. Even though he's been on a losing end of the Ilkhanate's aggression. But again, I'm in charge of this country. And morally, I don't think he's that good of a person, but he's still got good diplomacy and learning. So don't worry, he's perfectly qualified. He may not have the piety, but he has the diplomacy. And we've been winning more holy wars than lost. And some have led astray from Islam to convert to other faiths as of late. And I got no decadent relatives. So you think Jews are to blame in my country? You think so? I mean, I'm a nicer person, so I will try to think of a best option. I only think of what's best for this country, not anything else. Oh, you're getting sick too, but I'll see what I could do for you. But we're about to receive more loot. 80. Oh, this will help the personal combat skill. My reputation as a formidable raider has spread even to faraway lands. People everywhere speak of the name Razia in hushed tones, fearful that in doing might invoke me like a vengeful god and bring ruin down upon themselves. I wasn't raiding personally, but sure, let them fear me. That increases the martial and some personal combat skill. That's makes me needed. Yep, clearly I've gone to the ways of my ancestors. Though the Caliph has joined the condemnation of the Jews, I am still not sure it is the right thing to do. I am the cartoon here, after all. If I do that, I'll become arbitrary, and that is not like me. And plus, they don't have that much gold to begin with, so raiding is a much better option. But I'll do it. I'll say, no, the Jews are not to blame. Any commanders available? Put up a fight. Because, you know, we just raided their areas and they are mad as heck. Yes, we fully looted the areas. I'm about to loot another. Oh yeah, they're a lot more numerous. And they're gonna take a river crossing penalty. I wish I was there in the front line with you, but I can't get out of there. Fight well, all of you. Oh no, he just died, didn't he? He died of a natural death during the battle. There are rumors that a pogrom is going to take place in Delhi, despite my decree that Jews are not to blame for the epidemic. Send troops to stop them. They're going to be furious for 10 years. That's going to hurt the local tax modifier, but you know this is a serene province, so they should remain calm. Please. Despite all this, peace prevails. We'll discharge you. Just looted that area. Harvest dawn. I emerged from my residence early in the morning and traveled to an important noble's residence some distance from here. Well, as long as I keep my distance away from sickly people. Especially that they are mad at me for not condemning the Jews. Along the way, as the sun slowly crept upwards into the skies, I passed by several villages. Peasants scattered themselves in the fields, working their crops, though they always stopped to pay their respects to me. Well, at least some still like me. I'm still gregarious and also humble, but don't have just, so it's doubtful, but I'll just say I want to ask some of them how things are going. And plus you lose one decadence, which I don't know if that's even a thing because of this mod here. Yeah, we already looted the heck out of this place, so go raid there. Whereas as for you, we'll disband you. Because you did your job. On looting most of it. Just raid this city. Sriata will be next. Actually, there's just one holding, so go up where. Yeah, you're done. The world is a dangerous place, and devious plots everywhere. Rumors have reached me that people are conspiring to kill me. I must be careful. In my spy master trusts me, he'll find a way to stop against these agitators. We're overwhelming them. You formed a defensive pact against me because my vassals scored big. Infamy. That's due to the ruler of Punjab, which is me. Maybe it's all that raiding, now that we think about it. I didn't take anybody's lands. Not lately. I have received news that Belabe Karakosra of the, where exactly are you from? Trigat. My vassal has murdered someone but was caught, thus significantly increasing significantly his infamy. Unfortunately, my name was also tainted by this nefarious action. Ah, no wonder. He's also possessed and he's a kinslayer. He's hearing the voice. He hears a voice inside his head. He gave an information leak. He's a known murderer. He's clearly a bad person, Saul. I will sternly warn him. Oh, and one more thing. That over there. There you go. Fix that little vassal limit problem. So that's what gave me that threat. It's because of the infamy by a troublesome vassal. That's why. I didn't take any lands. It wasn't due to the raids. It's because there's clearly a bad guy here. I really want to get out of seclusion so I can seduce that man. My tireless and diligent work as their ruler has not gone unnoticed by our people. Some have dubbed me he who appears everywhere. Or, in this case, she who appears everywhere and claims to possess supernatural powers to exist in more than one place at once. I have never been afraid of a little hard work. Taking good money out of this. Well, there goes another. Where's that at? Down there. Oh, wait a minute, you're a Brahmin. Oh, there you are. My kind. Go help them. All that good loot. But I'm starting to lose my mind. Because it has not ended. It should not last this long. Do I have to accept the fact that I'll never ever have a child? That I could never seduce? Alright, head to there. Years. 3 years. Now build a leper colony. One day, during a leisurely afternoon, one of my courtiers offers to spend the time to teach me a particular subject matter. What do I want to learn? I already know much about strategy. But keep in mind, if I do that, I'm gonna have negative effects of low stewardship. So you are the Inquisitor, a man who likes to ask me questions, but hey, at least you have sympathy for Jewish religions. After all, he's the tutor. Let me see. Okay. The character with the tutor trait didn't accord in at least 50 opinion of me. To improve the relevant stats depends on our learning. I'm not a genius, nor quick, nor bright. I ain't dim, slow, imbecile, but I am not patient, nor temper, nor cynical. Actually, that's not going to do me any good if I try any of these, so I have better things to do with my time. Thank you. I would love to learn. I already learned well enough. I was at a unit in a monastery. Don't you remember? The Great Famine in China is finally over. Things are returning to normal. The Middle Kingdom seems stable. Really want this over with. About to be 45 this January, and this disease won't go away. And I want to be the champion. Because clearly there's some best fighters in the world, and I am much better. Will be a lot more better once I'm no longer wounded. But nonetheless, the loot is plentiful. A lot of holdings to cover. November, still no end to this epidemic. I am pulling my hair for this if I had long hair in real life. I mean, the monetary situation is excellent. December. It's a courtier. She's bright. Alright. I guess I am going to be a virgin for the rest of the life. Recently I've amused myself with seducing a handsome young guard. He follows me around like a puppy now. A very big, muscular puppy. Give him a tumble and I'll have the most loyal bodyguard ever. So I'll get a bodyguard lover for 30 years. Huh. +1 marshal and better chance of plot discovery. Because I know there is a possibility of someone's going to want to kill me. My scribes provided me with the latest draft of my book. Upon reading it, I am not convinced it is moving in the right direction. I could ask Mayor Tunga of Delika for advice on the matter. If nothing else, he's likely feel flattered by it. I can't afford to become stressed. I'll seek his opinion, so this has a risk of lowering the quality of my work. Why can't things go my way? This morning I woke up with a painful itch. It seems I've contacted lover's pox. Curses! Yep, it's practically over. You're gonna have to accept you're not gonna have children ever. But as for you, oh, don't worry. I found someone for you, I think. If she's still, of course she is. She's a courtier. Her. You'll marry her. In fact, if there's any more good women around, like good-looking women around with good traits, yeah, here's your second wife. Now, for your other potential wives, since you are going to be the heir, so you need as many wives as you can. Yeah, that one will also do. And then finally, for your fourth and final, bingo. Sorry, I'm gonna have to stop seducing. Can't do it. And that lover's pox thing just pretty much indicates it so. Ever since you fell in love with that bodyguard lover, that's where you may have gotten it from. For now, just focus on war, which will most definitely improve your combat skills. Nearly 4 years, and this disease should never last this long. My cook asks what sort of onion I want most of in my meal today. Despite the low food shortage, green onion. Next place to raid. Oh, you looted all the holdings. Oh, actually, you're helping out somebody else. Yeah, you did. Well, actually, there's this realm. Which they're on the losing end of it here. Head to there. Next area to loot. It's over. It's finally over. Yeah, too bad I'm never gonna have my own strong son. So the gates will be open. Jews will not be condemned. Speaking of Jews, repay that loan. Oh my goodness, I never had a court physician. In fact, that physician died a long time ago. I remember who he was. Need to find another. And after all this time that I've been gone, there's a lot of them, but need to get back into shape. Train my companions every day to stay in shape to be ready to battle moment's notice. I've been stinging with the food and exercise. I'm only skin and bones. It's time to make some gains. Let's increase the next feast's budget. I'm ready. I'm more than ready. I'm only slightly better. And I know it's relatively late. But I've been waiting for this all my life to become champion. Champion of the Ring of Honor Fighters Guild. We'll soon build another improved version of the sick house, which we don't want diseases to ever come to Delhi ever again. While I'm throwing all the women for Masood to marry so he can have lots of children for himself, so this dynasty can continue. So basically my line ends here, but the line from the other side of the family will continue. And with his skills, he'll do alright. In fact, let me tutor you. The legal tutor will be... Actually, he could be philosophical. Islamic jurist, you'll be the legal tutor. Administrative tutor is the one who knows natural philosophy. And you're not as good as once thought you were on the Marshal 4. So I'll spend a bit of my money. So what kind? Figuring you're of a diplomatic education, you'll be tutored by Shara, legal tutor. So you'll learn more. You are a master diplomat and an imperial courtier, so you do have an idea of how things work. And you're ambitious, so yeah, I have faith in you. You'll do alright. Oh, and another thing I failed to note. Minor depopulation in Delhi, so yes, it lasted that long and actually killed off some people. I am truly sorry. But I'm ready to face the champion right now, even though we're evenly matched. I wish I could rest to recover from the wound, but I cannot, because I wasn't wounded in a duel. I was wounded in some other circumstance. Yeah, but that wound's been lasting for years. Greatness is at hand, and so is the title of champion. This fight will not be easy, as the champion's superior experience makes them stronger than they appear. The fate at the end of the hand of a champion is harsher than usual, as all eyes are on me. It is time. Enemy's in front of me, looking directly and getting ready to receive my attack. I'll attempt to feint. Hit him. He's not taking any chances to land an easy attack. I'll dodge. He hit me. Hit me in the legs now. Try to target the center. Hit him. He swings his weapon at me. I'll dodge. You can do this. I'll flail wildly, even though I might miss, definitely, but it's more likely to hit the arms and legs. Got him. He aims to end it swiftly by targeting my head. Counter. Victory is mine. The referees have stopped the fight and declared me as a victor. I am now the champion, while my defeated foe will be shamed. They will be returned to be a simple pretender seeking to reach my height. The title is very contested, and you need to stay in perfect shape to survive the horde of challengers. The glory is now mine. The experience increases, but a lot more prestige to this name. Many years of my life spent dedicated to the Ring of Honor, performing missions and tasks in the interests of the Order and its champion. Today all that effort's been rewarded as I become the new champion. My fellows now look to me for leadership and guidance. And leadership and guidance I shall provide. And you know how some people in sports, this says, congratulations, you've won the championship. Now what are you going to do? What are you going to spend your winnings on? Oh, I know what to do exactly. Well, one, rest to recover. And but first, as a ruler of such greatness, I can institute a great madrasa of my own, which to educate my people. Because look at the amount of money we have, especially through looting, which we should have done it long ago. And I'm apparently a heck of a raider as well. So after being declared the winner and champion of the Ring of Honor, and now I spend all of my earnings, some ill-gotten earnings through looting and whatnot, to form a grand madrasa here in the Delhi Sultanate. The Grand Madrasa. The great ruler, CK2 Razia of the Iltutmish Khaganate, has instituted a great madrasa for the education of a realm. All the promising young men of Islam are flocking to this new center. It must be noted that such a universal institution exists for the will of one person, and when they die, will their heirs be able to maintain it? Glory to CK2 Razia of the Iltutmish Khaganate. Glory to Razia Sultan of the Delhi Sultanate. And this is the man in charge. It is Karate of the Grand Madrasa, right here in Delhi. So studied for the period of Grand Madrasa. He's also an Islamic jurist, but most importantly, he's the headmaster here, as he's craven, dour, but temperate. He is what he is. Glad I was able to get that prestige up. Well, at least it was worth it, despite having no children of my own, and Lover's Box just represents, yep, there's no way I can get what I want now. Now, please, rest. Messenger brings word from Dilla. One of the imams reciting there is willing to serve on personal position. The imam named Sukhdev is schooled in formal medicine and has served in several sick houses. It appears as if the other imams are happy to see him go, as he is renowned for being tired, overzealous, and frankly insane. No, I've changed my mind. My own cousin will take. Leper colony built. Now we're just gonna have to save up all that money again, since I just spent it on a Grand Madrasa. Remember, I could start leading armies again, and hopefully pick up improved tier versions. Here, military command tiers. Food shortage is finally over. Here we go again with this. Because we're slowly making all that money again. I wish I was a duelist. I've never truly fully recovered my wounds. No wound lasts forever. Unfortunate. Don't worry, you got a couple more wives with you. You would think he's a better Grand Vizier than he is. What happened to you? Exterminated innocents. Executed a campaign to murder innocent migrants. Oh my goodness. Why did you do that? Look at the nickname. He's evil. But again, we never really introduced Turkish culture around here. I'll just say you're my new Grand Vizier, even though he's not going to be too pleased for what I just did. But we want to continue to improve relations. Since our moral authority is 100%, you need to get back to work on that. Military debate in the council. Oh, I know all about that. Who challenges the steward? That old ugly steward, as he's an imperial bureaucrat. I'll try to trick my opponent into debate like I've done it before. Guaranteed win. You owe me a favor. My court imams recently broached the subject of organizing a high-level meeting between myself and the Caliph. Uh-oh. You know, I never condemned the Jews despite the fact he ordered me to do so. Oh dear. A meeting. Well, this is a great opportunity to further relations with such a powerful figure, and very good things can come out of it. There's also a serious risk if the meeting does not go according to plan. Oh boy. I just won a debate. Now we're gonna have a meeting, but if I tell him, no, I ain't gonna meet you, the Imam will be disappointed. What's he like, by the way? I never really got to know him other than he was a distinguished commander. Conquest of Baghdad. You know what that means, right? If they took Baghdad, that further increases the chance of a possible jihad against the Sultanate, which I'll be willing to participate to hit them from their backside. Anyways, what are you? Okay, so if I want to debate with him over faith, be judged by my learning education, which isn't great. We're not zealous nor theologian, not even a mastermind theologian, not Iodine. And I am more virtuous than he is. And I've gone to the Hajj. I don't know why he hasn't. So that's another. And yeah, he's a sinner. But again, that applies to me. It doesn't say anything about him. But the personality kind of also plays a role. For instance, if I'm zealous and if he's cynical, which we're neither, no bonus is given. So, and plus he's a better learning skill than I. So okay, so what about state? Which learning, education, diplomacy is another. Which I do have some diplomacy. I'm gregarious, yes, and more virtues than he does. But using deceit is learning intrigue. Okay, so we'll just discuss matters of state then. Don't worry about it. We've got one more holding to go. I knew there was a huge bear somewhere near the caves in Delhi, and a courtier of mine insisted I would come along with my men when I went hunting for the bear. Enough of your dagging, you can come along now. The beast was huge, bigger than any bear I've ever seen. I fought him bravely, but only managed to slay him after he wounded several of my men. But I'll just say I could not save everyone, because that was just... I don't know, my ways have changed. You're a champion now, and you gotta take things seriously again. And you've got till October. Go for melee techniques. Is there anybody a siege master? Mm-mm. Serious hassle. In my meeting with the Caliph, I exposed my ideas and beliefs and matters of politics clear as details I could. However, it became clear the Caliph despises temporal things and preferring to immerse himself in religious matters. In the end, it became clear I was a total disappointment for him. I need to pray more. Much more. Yeah, he's disappointing in me. In fact, you should be praying more. Get your laziness off and defend Baghdad. Which he's winning right now, as he and the others are stepping up. I could go up, but that vassal of mine is causing trouble. Last week, I extended Wucha for taken up to get sat down. She fell and got a bruise. To this day, she keeps complaining about it. She's a delicate child. I should focus on making her smart and literate. Which she is. You know, she's bright, but she's delicate. Wow, you've expanded up to the Pamir Mountains area. The destruction of the House of Wisdom. The last attack on Baghdad has felled the great city. This great institution has been sacked and its books destroyed. It's said that the river now runs black with ink. All of humanity. They took it! They succeeded. They did it. Those damned dirty Mongols. I await for your call for jihad against the Ilkhanate, and I'll be willing to participate. Thank you. Today the sky is clear, bluest of colors. The sun shines high above, with never a cloud to cover it. How bright. I have yet to recover from my combat wound, which is a handicap for me being a champion. Alright, I'm no longer wounded. And my tutor has taught my nephew well, and I now have extensive knowledge of legal matters. Oh no, that's the old disease. Is that correct? That's the same old Slovir from Delhi? Yeah, it's that same old one. Don't close that. So Islamic jurist. There you go. Good on ya. Now you're actually more qualified than whatever I try to imagine, which will never occur now. Now I can go back to combat. Let me do it to me alone, so... I just want to take on this army. Ah, come on, where'd you go? That area's already been looted, so... no reason to be around. Well, only be in the armies when you get... when there's enemy armies about... unless I want to participate in a major war. I simply cannot bear the sight of my sister. What is with her perfect body and happy life? After seeing how much she cares about keeping a balanced diet and a healthy body, I started to wonder if I couldn't ruin her for a few well-placed words. No, this is too petty even for me. She's been good to me. But remember, stay in... stop resting and get in shape. Get ready. You know, there's another way to improve combat skills. That is to... oh, hang on. Wait for it to register. There you go. Look at this. Because I'm champion now. I know it says champion twice, but that's because I have an armor that's called that. So I'm more than ready to fight. To defend my title. Look at these pretenders that I could potentially be facing. Ten other pretenders. Step up. And also I need to lead my men in the battle. Here's that opportunity right now. Fight off at least one of the armies. Stay put. Let's do this. I have to win more battles personally. The one who's elegant is also bright. Runs in the family. Hope I get to duel one of them. Syphilis. That's more than syphilis. That's gonorrhea. Call it Razia. I've heard that you were going to lead an army person. I didn't think you had the guts. I'm a bit scared to see that you survived and are getting stronger. May we not meet in duel. The strong never rest. +1 personal combat skill added. Anyone else? Plus, I'm looking to up the tier. So I am back in the front lines. Even though we're just mainly raiding. Soften the enemy up. As I... ooh. Jains, huh? Now here's a target of a potential holy war against them, because they're Jains. The Hindus won't help them. I'm not sure how, but Thakur and Natapal has managed to turn my own subjects against me. The people of Delhi are clamoring to have me disposed. That is impossible. Some son are lucky, some don't. Curses. You've looted them all, right? Put me in the game. You can rest now. A challenger has appeared. The pretender Dodai has issued official duel request approved by the tournament's organizers. Losing or refusing to duel would end the losing in my rank within the Ring of Honor. You have not recovered from your past wounds. Clearly that's a problem for you. Whereas I've been training very hard for this. Okay. Bring me my sword, but remember, defeat 10 other pretenders, and you will form that bloodline. That's the reason why I want to become champion in the first place. Just to add another thing for Razia Sultana, just to make it look like what a real badass female character she was, huh? Compare that to some of the other ones I've played in many of my past series, but first of many. This is gonna be a stupid move, but do a jump attack. He tried to parry, but failed miserably. Hit him again. Oh, counter. One-sided. The pretender had no chance against me, the grand champion, and need to train again to wash the shame of defeat in order to challenge me once more. A predictable result. In fact, I'm so confident that I may have to go back to bounty hunting again. And then sooner or later, I mean when the Sultanate from within this empire takes up this part, then I will declare war to take this large chunk of area for Gujarat, as there are mainly Jains living there, with some Hindus inside, but the liege is currently Jain. Black sheep of the family, huh? Because I hope they're not Hindus ruling Gujarat, otherwise they're going to join in and fight against me, thus making this war harder. But there's the Buddhist option, however, but big battles ahead. Impossibility. But he's only a Buddhist just because it's a personal choice, but he's not a Hindu, so I think there's an alternate option here. So I know what's coming up in the future. Well, meanwhile, oh my goodness. Have they broke a truce? Hey, that's the same caliph, right? Oh, no, it wasn't against caliph. It's for this one. They just keep on advancing. Again and again. And they're starting to lose their control there. First thing next year, go back bounty hunting. The renowned poet, Temerat Dugukan of Malat, has evidently completed another masterpiece of Muslim literature. It is said that he stood and read it before the court, and the reaction was astounding. Men wept tears of joy and women swooned. The work has immediately gained popularity throughout Muslim lands. Wonderful work. He is a poet, but he's also the Divan poet. Wow. I didn't know there was such thing as that trait. Unless this has something to do with one of the mods that I use. Because it's my first time playing as an Islamic nation. So... we hope you win and take those objectives. Unless I declare war for it myself. But I already have troops raised because of relevant raids. Until the next challenger, I'm gonna be back to bounty hunting because there's... well, some took it from the other members, but here's one. Come on out and take your ass kicking. Already wounded. Go extravagant. Hit him again. So I bruised his head, so jump attack him. Oh! He got me. Bruised my torso. You son of a... jump attack again. Aim for the head. Finish him off. Because he lost an eye. Just go down. Now you have no eyes. He's fighting blind here. Now that man does not know how to surrender. That's the Turkic spirit. But I have to do this. It's for the money. You bruised my torso, you bastard. Yeah, why not? See, this is why I'm hesitant about fighting against Hindu countries, because they are all band together. Chalukya Chola. Right. But keep in mind, there's a defensive pact against you. Everybody, so be careful. It's all because of that unruly vassal of mine. So we can't just go to war yet, but we can raid. This is another source of revenue. And it's about time. Needed another domain overseer. It's based on who's good at what. you'll do. Even though you're a Rajput Hindu. When I die one day, as all do inevitably, will people still remember me? I'm already humble, but I'll just say, no, that's not a bad thing. Life will go on. And that's not my ego talking this time. Perhaps we should raid them next. Bring their whole forces en masse. Okay, what else? Oh man, we need to make a fortune to have separated wards, and that should be enough disease resistance to guarantee that no disease will originate from Delhi ever again. Or ever come back here. And the chapel does a little more, but this we're gonna save up for. Any new bounties? One. An Egyptian woman. One-legged. But she has a wolvish grin on her face. I could see why you want her taken out. Because there's something wrong with her. And she needs to be stopped. Money is money. That is one slippery snake. Jamila was able to dodge and avoid me in the street. With my heavy equipment, I was unable to reach her, and who knows where she will run off to. With no knowledge of her, the mission is cancelled. Someone will get her next time. Yeah, you got a lot more holdings to loot. Which again, I'm not switching my war focus ever again until I will defeat all the other pretenders and be, you know, the champion. That's what I aspire to be. And because of that, infamy from that vassal, which, as I said, that man has to be stopped one way or another. He acted dishonorably against me. We can't stop him. Let's imprison him. There we go. We know he's done some terrible things. Threw him in the oubliette. Because he stays up at night. He's been hearing voices, so therefore, that man must be eliminated. In fact, we can arrange that. Once he's rid of, the threat goes away, and then I can declare war against either a Jain or a Buddhist and get away with it. So no Hindu can, you know, support each other. Yeah. My spy master came with a suggestion to help a foreign individual that has value for my future plans. He is being held in a foreign prison and seems in possession of valuable information about military, economy, and culture technologies that could provide an edge to my efforts. So this rescue might attempt significant bonuses for the country and a character, but the chances start stacked against the success of the mission. However, the intrigue of the ruler, the realm intrigue, and the intrigue of the spy master all heavily modified chances for good or worse given the right scores. made up being milk run. Also the word being a schemer, being deceitful, which I do. And being arbitrary and having education intrigue, all also contribute positively to the changes. That reminds me. Yes, go rescue him. You should get married. You're past childbearing age. Just marry somebody who has good all-around skills. Particularly, I need stewardship and intrigue. And I need someone who's good at both. There's not a lot of candidates. Good all around is an understatement. I'll take the prestige hit. Just let me marry this man. Sure, we won't have children, but I need your talents. Yes, I totally forgot about that. He's actually a landed chief, but it's alright. And apparently I am married to a notorious bandit. This person was once an infamous brigand, a self-proclaimed obtainer of goods, taker of lives, and defiler of daughters, before they decided to make use of their talents for somewhat more official ends. Oh boy, he's actually a bad guy. But don't worry, he's not in my court. He's in his own land. And plus it's not a matrilineal marriage, so not to worry. I'm too old to be bearing children of any kind. And apparently not a virgin because lover's pox, so. Doesn't he have... Yes. A disaster in the making. The rescue mission ended in disaster when the men were rescuing was slain by an enemy agent as he was evading from the prison. Unfortunately, some of my operatives paid with their life or their freedom during their daring attempt. This will positively point to my own involvement in rescue. Unfortunately. Oh dear. Not my rival. But you have gonorrhea. He's not born with gonorrhea or gonorrhea or lover's pox. A new challenger steps up, the Russian. He's in perfect shape. I am not. So, I should still be alright. I hope. Let's do this. Gotcha. I know, if I defeat 8 more pretenders, I will form that bloodline. And since I have no children... So technically, that bloodline that will be created if I do manage to go all the way. Well, you could say it's like, yeah, too bad my descendants won't have the benefits of, what I was like. But, hey, at least we made Razia a badass. Some would think. But, at least go out with some dignity. You want to train, do you? Oh, you are an old man and a distinguished commander. Yeah, I'll train you. Let's start by reading a book. Peasant revolt, where? Up there. Well, that's your jurisdiction, so take him out. I'll get in shape this summer. Friendly competition. One more holding to go, then events. The tradition faction has now opposed me, though that's because of your opinion towards me. That's why. Well, allow me to give you something. How about you be the food taster? How's that for improving relations? Oh, I remember something else. I want to sway him because I still want to pick up the that sympathy for Eastern religions trait so Hindus can respect me more. There goes my good steward. Status quo in China is over. Harmony and progress are blossoming throughout China under the benevolent rule of Ogde. New types of precious silks and other wondrous wares have started to flow increasingly safe throughout the Silk Road, whose wealth has doubled. Great. Thank you. So it's a golden age now, so there you have it. Now I'll get to make more of that silk money, but I'm currently investing more. Oh, another hospital building which will soon get another large pile of loot from this last holding. Sooner or later. Bayo's son, my co-conspirator, tells me that a man that is now inside a prison where Bela Bey sits, he will arrange an escape attempt in which one of the prisoners will sadly suffer a tragic and very fatal accident. No one will expect to play foul on our part. Set under audible. Another reason to say, please don't attack us. And they're continuing to make gains by gains. Success. He was killed while attempting to escape from prison. No fingers will be pointed my way. Sentence commuted. Now, will that get rid of that infamy? By the way, DA stands for Dark Ages, as you know where that mod comes from with that part. Yeah, it seems things are not going well. Figuring who we're up against here. Nearly all the money. Hopefully it should be enough to make sure that this will never happen again. A slow, one-eyed man who is stressed. I forgot to get in shape, and I was supposed to get in shape this summer. What a well. That's 3. Okay, let's get out of here. And hostile agents operating. If I was able to feel discontent of the local public against my rule, the stability in the province declines. There's a chance my spies will discover what's behind this action. It's heavily modified by the Rome intrigue. That's enough rating for now. Oh, let's get into shape. There's one. A local Bedouin woman. Actually, not a local. There's a bounty on her head as she's currently in the Grand Madrasa. Is it because she was a hunchback? Are they that judgmental? Very well then. Oh, she got me in the head. You son of a... Come on, you hell person. After all this, die well. There wasn't much money in you, but it'll do. I'll live. Once I'm better from that bruised head, it's just the combat skill will keep going up and up and up and up. But I still would love to get this up, because if you reach the tier 3 and 4 with this, that also further increases your personal combat skill. And I hope you get well soon from your gonorrhea. But remember, if you declare war against anybody, they're all coming after you. All the people of the Eastern Face. And there's no sign of slowing down from them. We're not at that point where we could take them on. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will end this episode on this note. On the next episode, we will continue to see Razia to basically continue, defeat any pretenders that wish to challenge her. And hopefully one day be the grand champion and form that bloodline. Despite the fact that she will leave no descendants to continue this bloodline, but at least we'll acknowledge her as one of the great fighters of our time. And see too if she will accomplish that in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.